Hello all and welcome to All Red. Chiesa to Liverpool is on. The green light has been given and he is making his way to Anfield, well, probably to AXA to do his medical as we speak. This is the channel that is all Liverpool all the time. It's All Red. Please hit that like button. Consider subscribing and drop your comments below. Drop your comments below to let us know what you think of Chiesa to LFC. Now, we've got Aaron Cowell back from London, a London Red. Welcome back, Aaron. It's good to have you back.
Love being back, Sam. Best place in the world, mate. Best place in the world. Talking about my favorite thing in the world as well, yeah?
Absolutely. With your best friend in the world, too, I'm sure.
Mate, absolutely.
Oh, a little Italiano flair there. I like that.
That's it.
So, Aaron, what's cool about Liverpool is, we're such a massive club that Matthew McConaughey actually wrote a letter into the show today to give his thoughts about Chiesa to Liverpool. He's very excited about it. And so I just thought I'd start today by reading that letter to, all of our fans, all the All Red community, really.
Nice.
And I'll try to do so in kind of a McConaughey flair. So here we go. Crimson tides carry change, my friends. Chiesa's charge to Liverpool, it's not just a transfer, it's a transformation. Destiny's dealing the cards, and Chiesa's the wild one. The whirlwind waiting to wow. Fate's fingers fussing with the fabric of football. This Italiano inferno igniting Anfield's ambitions anew. It's poetry in motion, pilgrimage of passion. The cop calls and Chiesa answers. This ain't just about boots on grass. It's about souls in sync. It's a fusion of fire and finesse. A football fairy tale unfurling. Now that's what I call the beautiful dance. Rhythm of the game. And Anfield, once again, well, just might be all right. Thank you, Matthew, for that beautiful letter. Poetry, really. Absolutely.
Beautifully illustrated. Beautifully. Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on Chiesa to Liverpool. How are you feeling, gut reaction to the news that this is most likely going to happen, bar, a bad medical?
I think my feelings on it is it's a signing, which is a positive.
Mm-hmm.
I see it as, I wrote down on paper 2 front threes, and you have a front three of Diaz, Jota, Salah. Then you have a front three of Gakpo, Nunez, and Federico Chiesa, potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, that's scary. That's two forward, 3 lines. That's unbelievable. I think there's a lot of pace there. There's a lot of ability there. And listen, Slot, from what I can gather and from what I've heard, is manages players' health really well.
Yeah.
And I can see this is what he's going to try and do. I think he's going to try and keep a fit squad throughout the season to compete on all fronts. And I think you'll see a lot of rotation, and there's going to be a few upset, parties involved. The likes of a Salah, when Salah gets subbed off for a Nunez or a Chiesa. Jota, you never see it from Jota. Jota just comes off the pitch, sits down, and just waits for the game to finish. He just doesn't have that fire in that respect. But the likes of a Salah, the likes of a Trent, Connor Bradley, in my opinion, needs to play. Yeah. So I can see Trent getting subbed off and being irritated a lot more. But you know what?
Yep.
Maybe that's a good strategy. Maybe Liverpool are saying, actually, do you know what? You're not bigger than the club. Yeah. As much as I love Trent.
Yeah.
And show me you want to play for Liverpool. Commit to a new contract. Sign a new contract. And I tell you what, mate, that right berth is yours. Yeah. Don't show me it, and I'm going to keep... Bradley's coming on at 20, 30 minutes to go every single game, but I'm happy with Chiesa. I'm happy with Chiesa if this guy can stay fit. I watched him in the 2020 Euros, I think it was. Yeah, it was the Euros, 2020, for Italy. This guy was on fire. He was rapid, and Liverpool were interested around about that time. Klopp wanted him. If this guy hits the form that he can hit, and he can remain fit... What an asset. And for £12.5 million.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
10 million with 2.5 add-ons. It's an incredible value. I mean, it's almost like nothing.
It
right?
is.
Like
Yeah, it is.
why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you go and buy a player of his caliber just to try it out? I mean, it's almost like a loan deal, Aaron. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
hey,
agree.
we're gonna purchase this guy. He's got, obviously the big elephant in the room is the injury record. Back in I think 2022, he had the ACL tear. That's a major injury,
Yeah, it
and
is. Yeah.
a lot of players, no matter what sport it is, a lot of players have a
Mm,
hard time coming back from that.
mm-hmm.
But honestly, I mean, you look at his track record last season. Uh, he, he's not. I think he's back. Like
Mm,
he's not scoring a ton of goals. He's not. You know, uh, he's not on the world stage as far as like, oh, this guy is going to come in and score 30 goals for Liverpool.
mm,
But you look at his stats in Serie A last season. Progressive carries was in the 98th percentile. Shot
mm,
creating actions,
mm-hmm.
98th percentile. Expected assists, 96th percentile. This guy is this guy's still got it. I think he's got it.
26.
Um,
Still got it. He should still have it for another 5 years, at
he
least.
should. He's 26 years old. He'll be 27 in October. That's prime. Like he's entering his prime right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to wonder, if Slot puts his white coat on
Mm-hmm.
and he gets his goggles on and he gets the telescope out or whatever the microscope
Mm,
and his team, Slot's team, is going to bring Chiesa in if this gets across the finish line, and they're going to study his body, they're going to study his blood, like they're going to do their whole analysis on him and come up with an individualized plan on, okay, how do we
mm,
keep this guy fit? How do we keep this guy on the pitch? And honestly, Aaron, like even if Chiesa only starts 10 games this season for Liverpool, but he is a guy you can bring on like Connor Bradley in the 60th, 70th minute of each game,
mm-hmm.
almost like a Jota was, I think, last season. Didn't start a lot of games, but when he came on and Liverpool needed a goal, Jota was the guy. Like he comes on at 60, 70th minute, you're getting a goal or two. Chiesa is one of those players, like, we've talked about this before. You bring a Darwin on, a Chiesa on, a Gakpo on, and the defense has been defending, Diaz and Salah and Jota for 60, 70 minutes. And now you have to deal with these guys. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, I mean, that's incredible.
Scary prospect.
And what's really cool about Chiesa is, from what I've heard, he really wanted this to happen. He
Mm-hmm.
really wanted to come to Liverpool, which is more than I can say for some other transfer targets we've had this summer. Um, but this guy, a lot of people are like, "Oh, we don't need another left winger." This guy can play anywhere,
Mm,
really anywhere in those front four positions. He can
mm-hmm.
play left wing, right wing. I think I did a video yesterday about like, hey, what are the gaps? Like, what do we actually need if we were going to bring in, 1 to 2 more players this summer?
Mm-hmm.
And that Salah backup was a big gap. We don't have anyone there now. I think it was Ben Doak was kind of the next guy up there. And it's like, if Salah goes down or if he needs to
Yeah.
rest,
Yeah.
Ben Doak, like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Not a great backup right now, at least. I like Ben Doak, but he's not ready. Now you have, potentially Chiesa coming in behind Salah.
Mm,
Um, and man, what a great value. What a great value this is for Liverpool. I think what I'm most excited about Chiesa is, he's never been a prolific goal scorer.
mm.
His best seasons were 10 goals, 6 assists, and that was 1920. And then the year after that was 8 goals, eight assists.
Which is
So the
reasonable.
Numbers are
Which is reasonable for a
reasonable.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. And for Juventus, and I think actually that might have been
Fiorentina.
for Fiorentina, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of prompted that was kind of at the height of his career, back before his injury. But I mean, if you look at the eye test, right, you go look at Chiesa's his highlight reel, his ability to get the ball into the box is really incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a video on him, I think yesterday morning, and just looking at his statistics, even just in the last 365 days, so the last year compared to other attackers across Europe, he has incredible numbers for carrying the ball into the opposition box, crosses into the box. This guy just wants to get the ball and get it into the attack. And you go look at his highlights. This guy can carry the ball. He's almost like a Diaz type character where he can. I mean, his ability to retain possession, to carry the ball, is really incredible. And I think the only thing is like, okay, can he stay healthy? If he can, honestly, like if Manchester United had done this deal, Aaron, I'd be thinking like, okay, he's injury prone, but man, if he's healthy, like, yikes,
If he plays
this is gonna
20
be a
amazing
problem.
games, if he plays 20 great games and scores 4 or 5 match winners, he's done his
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
the difference. Salah is going to play week in, week out,
yep,
every week. Yeah, I think maybe Slot is looking at Nunes and saying, Nunes, you need to earn your place at the moment. Actually, do you know
he
what?
does.
All you've done is go offside. You haven't done anything in 2 games. Chiesa is going to play that 20 minutes
Yeah,
at the end of the game, and I'm going to play him through the middle. I've got his
mm-hmm.
pace. I've got his direct dribbling.
Yep,
I'm gonna put you on the bench, Nunes, and you're going to sit there and you're going to learn how to play that position properly under my sort of tactics that he plays himself.
yeah,
I think Nunes needs to relearn the role. He needs to work on his finishing a little bit. Although his finishing in the
Copa America.
Copa America Cup was excellent,
It was.
but Bielsa ran him to his strengths, yeah, his
Yeah,
pace and his
yeah,
directness, yeah, and he was getting on the end of
yeah.
crosses whipped into the box. You put Chiesa on the wing and Trent on the wing, and you get down to the byline and you whip balls across the 6 yard box. Nunes is a bull. He will get on them.
He
You play the
will.
ball over the top, Nunes will be off side 7 or 8 times out of 10. We've seen it. So
Yeah,
play to his strengths. Bielsa plays to his strengths. Yeah. Slot, I feel, will do the same. I think Slot will start to say, and that's why Trent, you can see Trent playing on the width at the moment. He's whipping
yeah,
balls. Trent looks like that world class right back that we were talking about 3 or 4
yeah.
seasons ago.
Absolutely.
No one's saying, oh, he's defending, he's defending, he's defending. People are saying, look at his ability.
Yeah.
Look at them balls he's whipping in. I mean, mate,
Oh yeah.
he's doing 5 world class balls in the space of about 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, I know.
And players may play that ball twice in a game, maybe.
Maybe.
Trent just does it like that's just pretty much it. Every
Ex-
single ball is going to be world class. Get on the end
every
of it.
time he's every time he's on the ball, I get this feeling like, here we go. What's he
Mm,
gonna do? Like, here it is. And he rarely. I mean, the first game against Ipswich, like the first two or three that he tried were just a
mm,
little off. You could
yeah,
tell he was a little rusty.
yeah, yeah.
But
He only played
man,
one
some of
game though,
those,
didn't he? He only played one game before that, so
yeah, yeah. But against Brentford, I mean, they were just. I was watching it. I was like, whoo,
yeah, yeah.
Trent. Oh, it's just so. It's beautiful. I mean, it really is.
I was surprised he
Um,
come off, Sam. Honestly, I was surprised he come off. I could see why he was disappointed because he was probably saying to himself, "I'm playing really well here."
totally, totally.
So I
And
get it. I get it.
I get it too. No player wants to come off unless you're Bruno Fernandes against Liverpool. But
5-0 down.
you know, uh, I think it speaks less about Trent and much more about Connor Bradley. I think Slot really likes Connor Bradley and really trusts him and says, why wouldn't I
Yeah,
take,
absolutely.
my best right back off and put another guy who's really good at defending,
Mm,
probably a better defender than Trent, to really just secure the game. It's just smart. Like, it
mm,
just makes sense. And whether or not, Trent should be upset or not, I don't really care, because I think it's the right thing to do. Now, I am wondering, if Trent can. I think the one way that Trent probably stays on potentially is Connor Bradley comes in and Trent can push up
mm.
further up the field, maybe a midfielder, maybe in that double pivot, and maybe even in that 8 to 10 role. I think he'd do really really well in an 8 to 10 role.
I,
Um,
I thought that may happen with Szoboszlai on an early yellow card.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought when Conor Bradley was coming on, I thought Trent may push forwards or slot in at the number 6 in the pivot and let Alexis McAllister sit behind the strike force.
yeah. But to your point, Chiesa, I think, comes in and, depending on fitness levels, I think he can be, that second or third option off the bench. I think he probably, we haven't seen him in a Liverpool shirt, but Darwin Núñez seems pretty far off at the moment. I mean, I saw that the cutaway to Slot after Darwin's offsides, he missed the header, and Slot just turns around like, really? Oh my goodness! We're worse off than we thought here, Darwin. Now I love Darwin Núñez. I've been a big fan of his. I've been a big fan of his, and he'd be the one player. Like, if I could just give him the power to succeed, I'd do it, because I think he's the potential to be so good. But at the moment, he just looks really far off of being that guy. Like, Jota's the guy, clearly. I think Chiesa can come in and probably get in ahead of
he has the pace as well.
Darwin.
He has that pace, that electric
he does.
pace.
He's got the pace. He's got the intelligence. He's got the ability to go 1v1 direct, even 1v2. I mean, there's a lot of
I'm excited to see
highlight reels.
I'm excited to see him. Do you know what? If we see Chiesa from a few years ago, amazing. But you know what? If he scores 5 important goals in the season, it doesn't matter how many games he plays. Those 5 important goals are the difference in being able to keep in touch with the top 2 and compete with the top 2. I think we need that. Listen, we may need to beat teams from an attacking standpoint, because we're solid at the back, they're solid at the back.
Yeah.
And maybe our attack, our front 6, what we can play. For me, I mean, name another front 6 in world football that can compete with that front 6 on the basis that Chiesa is a success and he's fit and all these kind of things. If Chiesa on his day, we're talking, mate, Euro 2020. This kid was. I was looking at him thinking, oh my word, buy him now.
He was valued at anywhere from 80 to 100 million back then, which is just insane considering how far that valuation has fallen. I mean, even now, 10 million pounds is incredible, even if he is still injury prone. An incredible deal. We sold Bobby Clark for 10 million. Think about that.
And that's a youth team player.
Yeah.
He missed 11 games last season, apparently, Chiesa.
Yeah.
Played 38. That's all right.
Yep.
I would say Jota's numbers are probably not as good as that.
No, they're not.
And we talk about Jota like he's the next Robbie Fowler, like he is. We're talking top 2, top 3 best finishers in the Premier League, most clinical finishers in the Premier League. So, in that respect, maybe we need to give Chiesa the same type of respect. If we can get 38 games a season out of this guy, albeit there may be 20 sub appearances, 15 starts, so on and so forth, but he comes up with the goods. He'll be an Anfield hero straight away.
Last season, 5 injuries, sort of. Muscular problems, 7 days. Muscular problems, 17 days.
Small injuries.
Unknown injury, 5 days. 6 days, 10 days. Like, nothing long term.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's a week. It's a week. You miss one game and
Jota gets injured and it's 3 months. Yeah,
it's 3 months. Yeah,
Jota doesn't get an easy injury. This guy gets an injury and he's gone.
Everybody last season was 3 months. Oh, he picked up a knock, 3 months. Oh, Allison picked up a knock in training, 3 months. We don't. The beauty about this is we don't need Chiesa to be that guy.
Agreed.
We're not purchasing him to be a starter. We're not purchasing him to fix all of our problems. That's not the case. This guy's going to be an impact player. He's going to come in, with 30 minutes to go. He might start a cup game. He might start a Champions League game. And that is depth. That is flexibility. And I for one think that this is a proper boss signing. Did I get that right, Aaron?
That's correct.
Did I say
boss.
That correct?
Yeah, it's proper boss, lads.
Proper boss, yeah.
Proper
lad.
boss, lads.
Well, let us know what you think in the comments. I am excited. I think this is a great signing. Does it fix all of our issues or holes? No, of course not. I would love to see 1 or 2 more signings before the end of the window, but I think this is a fantastic piece of business, and hope you do too. Let us know what you think in the comments. We'll see you there.
course.